Well, next we are going to go to another infuriating topic, really. I mean, it's just so I'm sure y'all have heard, and maybe many of you have experienced it. I'm not sure if we know anyone who or have listeners who are in Texas, but Texas was facing unprecedented storms. Is that blizzard? What's the correct
I,
word?
I believe it was a blizzard, but it was a
Okay,
storm. Let's say
a
storm. It was
storm.
a very strong
Yeah,
storm.
very strong storm. I mean, the temperatures were like so low. They were in like the tens, I think, and which is unprecedented really for Texas. And all of Texas was experiencing snow, which again, unprecedented. And a lot of people were losing power. A lot of people didn't have water. So it was really, really a nightmare there. And it's still going on. And so now that we have that background, let's go into the infuriating part. So, Senator Ted Cruz, a Texas senator, was seen going to Cancun, flying on a flight to Cancun while all this is happening in Texas, this disaster, this natural disaster. And so people caught him, which is already really bad. Like, of course, it's very, very bad. Then he releases a statement and he's like, "Oh, well, I was just being a good dad. Like, I was just taking my daughters to Cancun because, like, they had the week off from school and they wanted to go. So I was just being a good dad. Like, I'm flying right back, like, blah, blah, blah." And reports came out that at 6 a.m., that's when he booked the flight. Originally, he was supposed to come back, like, that weekend and not the next day. So it's just like he made a huge, huge, huge error in judgment, which we know him to do anyway. And then it's just like he tried to like make it
Blame his
better,
daughters.
yeah, blame his daughter. Like he tried to make it better, which like didn't made it almost worse in a way. Like I don't know, I don't even know which scenario's worse.
I think he made it worse.
Yeah, it's really
Eh,
bad.
It's just so insensitive and like tone deaf because I mean, if anyone that's living in Texas had the opportunity to hop on a plane and go to Mexico, I think they would. So it's
Definitely.
just like you don't when you're the senator of Texas, you don't run away when there's a natural disaster. It's like Governor, well, I guess he's a governor, Newsom's a governor and Ted Cruz is a senator. But it's like Kamala Harris when she was senator of California. If she was like, "Oh fuck, there's a shit ton of fires in California. I'm going to go to Washington or I'm going to go to Mexico." Like, no, you go over there and you help your people who voted for you and put you in office. Like you give back, you give them try to get them their power back, their electricity. People are literally freezing to death. Like people have died from how cold it was and just from the lack of resources. So it's just so tone deaf.
Oh, it's so beyond. And like two things I want to say that like make this worse in a way is that first of all there were photos seen which we'll show right here, but Snowflake, who's his dog, was left at the house. Like you just see this photo of Snowflake. Sorry for all the audio listeners, but you see this photo of Snowflake and like I don't know if he, she, but the dog looks so sad. Like
Looking
it's
out
so
the door.
awful. And it's like we know clearly Ted Cruz does not care about humans, but like the kind of monster that doesn't care about dogs, like come on, like are you kidding? Like to leave your dog, I really hope that dog can come go to a new family because this is ridiculous.
I agree. It was such a sad picture. He's just out looking out the door and he's just there and it's just so sad.
I know. And then the other thing I wanted to point out was his wife Heidi Cruz. She her text messages got leaked. And when everything started happening in Texas, did you hear about this yet?
No.
Okay, this is like so she texted like a group of I don't know if it's their neighbors or like their friends quote, but she texted a group of them and was like, "Hey, we're going to Cancun. Like anyone want to come? Like we're heading to get away from this, blah 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 all this stuff." And literally you know that they don't like them because these text messages got leaked. Like if they had actual friends, these texts wouldn't get deleted
They
or lead. Oh my god, I keep like combining the word deleted and leaked. Anyway, they wouldn't get leaked, but the fact that they got leaked, like you can tell they are not liked, even in their like friends.
100%. Like if Kylie's friends could keep her pregnancy a secret for 9 months, their friends could keep these text messages a secret forever, and
Yeah,
they didn't. How fucking annoying. I also just think it's like
I know.
very ironic and even more frustrating that Ted Cruz literally always says, put up the border, like the wall, like don't let them into our country, like, and basically, like, doesn't understand this is the very funny and ironic part. He doesn't understand why parents are fleeing their country to take their children to a safer place or a place where they can have a better future. So coming from south of the border to the United States, when he is literally doing the same thing. You're literally fleeing Texas and going to Mexico, where you have for a very long time, for years, said keep them out of our side of the border, and you're going there to seek refuge basically because it's fucking snowing balls in Texas. Like, are you freaking kidding me, Ted Cruz? Like, I can't stand him.
I know. I know. It's actually so ridiculous. And I'm surprised because I just want to say, like, I remember when Governor Gavin Newsom, California's governor, was he went to French Laundry, that like high-end restaurant, like with a group of people during COVID. I mean, COVID's still happening, but this was like a few months ago. And I saw like so many Twitter trolls were like, oh my God, he's awful, which I agree. I'm not defending him in any way. But it seemed awfully quiet from the other side when Ted Cruz did this. But surprisingly, according to Newsweek, his approval rating dropped 20%. So now 24% of voters approve of his performance, which how is there still 24? I don't know. Should be even less than that. But if anyone was wondering, his approval rating has dropped severely.
Great. I love that. Great. That's my good news of the week.
Yeah, exactly.
And I hope the Texas voters remember this incident when they're voting to dump his ass in the next election.
I know. I really hope so. I really hope so. Because wasn't it a close margin in his last reelection in like 2018? He went against Beto O'Rourke. And I think it was pretty close.
Oh, what did he go up against Beto O'Rourke?
I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think that was in 2018. Now I'm like nervous I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
And I'm pretty
shoot.
sure it was pretty close.
Well, that means his reelection's coming up next year, which is very exciting news.
Coming soon. Coming very soon.
Well, I guess it's not all bad news for Texas, though, right? Because AOC's been helping them.
Yes. Thank you for that transition. So I just want to say this is what a politician for the people looks like. So AOC set up on her Twitter, she was like, okay, y'all, like, let's come together. Let's donate to Texas for Texas relief for people there. And she raised almost $5 million. And this was as of a couple days ago. So I don't even know if it's more than that, but she's raised almost $5 million. She went to Texas to help the people. And I think this is just another good news of the week and a good example of what politicians can do for the people.
I mean, she's not even a senator. She's like, not that I mean, she's still like a fucking boss ass bitch and has a great title, but she's a representative of the Bronx. Like, it's really, she does not have to do this. It's out of her being a good human that she wants to help, These aren't even her I can't, I give up on talking. These aren't even the people that are voting for her to be in office. I can't say the C word. Constituents? I think
Constituents.
Yeah, that word.
Yeah.
So she's just doing it to be a good human. And it's like, can we just, like, AOC for president, man? I love her.
Yes. Oh my God, I know. I this is like just a side note, but I remember she said like she's equally as likely to run for higher office as she is to quit politics, which I support her either way. Like, I'm sure her job, especially, I mean, she's getting death threats all the time. She thought she was going to die 2 months ago. Like, I'm sure it's a hard role, but I would support her so hard if she ran for higher office, like especially president. Can you imagine?
So hard. I would love that. Love that. We're here for you, AOC. Yes. Come on our show.
We're here for you, AOC. Yes, come on What a Week, and we will campaign for you.
Yes.